Why do I even need to use Facebook? A lot of people have been very hesitant to use Facebook as part of their social media platform, but it really is the most important place that you have a presence, because for a long time now I've been calling it the modern day Yellow Pages. So back in my day, when you wanted to find somebody to come and fix your roof, or a doctor, or anything that involved finding a business that you didn't already know about, you'd go to the Yellow Pages and you'd look up the section of whatever you needed, and underneath there would be a big listing of everybody in your area who did that. Well, Facebook has now replaced the Yellow Pages. When people are looking for something, they go and they search in their Facebook. Now, this also includes publishers and agents. It also includes people who are your target market. So you need to definitely have a presence on Facebook. You need to market yourself differently than back in the day of Yellow Pages. It's not a matter anymore of your publisher or your agent helping you by giving you a huge budget so that you can appear in big posters on book launches and things like that. That just kind of doesn't happen anymore. So a lot of that marketing and promotion is up to you, and Facebook is a very cost effective and also effective in reaching the most amount of people way that you can get yourself out there and get your brand known. And I am going to absolutely agree with you that it's not easy. It's really hard finding that balance between professional and private. But there are ways that you can use Facebook so that you can absolutely have the best of both worlds. Facebook is something that, as modern children's content creators, we have the opportunity to use in a way that can really boost not only our author brand, but also our sales and our reach of building our community and our followers. There's one thing that somebody told me very early on when I started in the industry, and that is that you won't start making money until people who don't know you start buying your books. There's only so many times your friends and family can come to a book launch and buy the next book, and even though we love that and we are so grateful for that, you really need to be moving past always relying on people who know you to buy your books. And Facebook is a great way of building that community, and connection is the key. Facebook is a really great way where you can find people who think the way you do, who are absolutely the right people or the target audience for your book, and it's a way that you can connect with them in a really authentic way. A lot of people think that social media can be quite fake, but I find Facebook is great for really making strong connections with people. And so many times I will catch up with somebody and they'll say, it feels like that we've been talking consistently for the last 6 months because we've been talking on Facebook. And that's really the power of it as a platform. It really is all about connection, and that's what you want when you are building your social media presence. But purpose is everything. You don't want to use Facebook as a sales tool. It really doesn't work like that, and you're going to put a lot of people off if you're consistently using it to sell your books. What you should be using Facebook for is actually to grow your reach, grow your community, and then there can be a call to action, so you can engage your community and say, I've got this new book out, I'd love it if you can help me promote it. But it really can't be all about sales. It's got to be about connecting and building that community, and it actually can be a lot of fun. We've had so many fun times on Facebook with just having insider kind of jokes and group giggles, and it really is all about a mindset thing. And so with Facebook, I want you to think about it as connecting with the people who can get the most out of reading your book. When we talk about having a Facebook account, there's 2 different moving parts to that. So the first part is that you can have a personal account. So that's your personal profile where you can have up to 500 friends, and that is something that a lot of people use as they're connecting with family and friends. So this is something that you have the choice to keep absolutely private if that is a specific way that you contact your family and friends and put photos for your kids, example, things like that. But what I found is that because of the way that the algorithm works, people tend to see my personal page, my personal profile, more than my author business page. So what I am doing now is that I use my personal profile as my business profile. So there's nothing that I post on my personal profile that I don't want the world to see, basically. So if I want to connect with my family and friends, I do that offline, and I really treat everything I post on social media as business. What would I be comfortable with, my grandma seeing, or what would I be comfortable with a person that I don't even know? What would I be comfortable with them seeing? So this is really something that is a personal decision that you need to make. There is a lot of implications around posting photos of your kids and things like that. It really has to be something that is your personal preference. And if you want to keep your personal profile private, that's fine, lock it down, make sure nobody else can see it. But if you are thinking that you would be comfortable using that as a way that you can reach more people on Facebook, then absolutely have that open as public. But what you need to remember if you're going to do that is that first impressions count. So you need to be posting everything on your personal page that is very professional. So you need to make sure that you're not putting anything up there that you don't want a prospective publisher or a prospective agent to see. But you've got to remember that first impressions count. When you are posting anything on social media, you've got to remember that a lot of people are just swiping up. They're looking at it on their mobile. You've got about 2 seconds. So any way that I found that I can broaden my reach, and I'm usually consistently up around the 5,000 friends mark as I kind of juggle people. If there's people who I've followed or they've followed me and really haven't found that connection is very worthwhile, then unfriend and make that available to other people. But I really found that when I started using my personal profile as a business tool, it amazingly increased my reach, and my numbers on my business profile, my business page, went up because people could almost feel like they were seeing a behind the scenes version of me, and that allowed me to connect with them a lot more. And it meant that I could then have my business page linked without it being a really salesy thing. It was because they had known a little bit about me. It was kind of a no-brainer that then they would go and follow my business page. So with the personal profile, it's got a lot more moving parts in it than the business one. You can connect all of your social media profiles to your private one. You can have stories just like you can on your business one, but you can have featured stories. You can have folders that are specific for certain events. And when you are creating Facebook events, if you do it through your personal page instead of your business page, a lot more people see it, and then you can tag your business page as a event coordinator. So for me, it just makes sense to have my personal page as a business tool. But again, this is something that is totally up to the individual, and if you would like to keep yours private, that's fine. If you want to keep it public, remember that first impressions count, and don't post anything on there that you wouldn't want a prospective publisher to see. Whether you're going to keep your Facebook personal profile private or not, you need to have a Facebook business page. Now I'm going to go through and show you how to set one of those up if you don't have it, but this is so important. This is the yellow pages aspect that I was talking to you about before. So basically what it is it is a listing of you as a brand or a business or a content creator or an influencer. None of those things really matter. It just means that you are able to be found if people have heard about you, or you've got a friend that wants to recommend you to one of their friends. This is a way that can be done really quickly and easily. It's another way that you can, again, really cement who you are as a creator, and you can give people an idea of the types of things that you create, but also your goals and what you're hoping to achieve. Because one thing that I've learned in this industry is you really can't do it by yourself, and the more help you can get and the bigger your community and your contacts are, the easier and quicker it is to get where you want to go. So absolutely, you must have this branding page, and it's super easy to set up. Let me show you how to do it. So this is how you create your own business page. So I'm in my personal profile now. I go up to create and then I select page. So this is what is the template, and really it is just to follow your nose. So I will create one for the book Fairies, and my category would be entertainer, arts and entertainment. But for you it would be author, or it could be writer, or it could be artist. Does illustrator come up? No, you're an artist. You're an artist. Okay, so let's put arts and entertainment for me. So you can have more than one if you want to, but I think for purposes of the algorithm, just choose one. Just choose the one. And then your description is, again, so you just look underneath and it tells you right about what your business does, the service that you provide, or the purpose of the page. And then it'll go through and let you do. So the book Fairies teach children of all abilities about the magic of books. Okay, now we can create the page. Thinking. Okay, so the book was created. You can now add images or go to your page and add more details. So what we can do here is we can add a profile picture. Where is it going to let me do that? Oh, I've got to go down. Sorry, I can't see. Okay, so here we go, add a profile picture. So I simply go into my pictures, and I should have a Book Fairy one in here somewhere. No. Okay, so yes, that would be where I would find that. Probably in the wrong spot. Hang on, I will go to, I've got so many tabs. If you're like me, you've got tabs everywhere. Okay, photos, this is where I want to be. And if I go down in my ridiculous amount here, I should be able to find a Book Fairy. There I am. Open. Okay, so there's my profile picture. Oh, cute. Awesome. And then your cover. So definitely you want to have both of those. I think that, I don't want that. Add a cover photo. So with your cover photo, you want to find one that you can see here is quite long. If you have something like that, it won't really work. If you need to, download something like Canva, and then you'll be able to, there's another Book Fairy one. I got this one. So you'll be able to create something. So you can see how that's nice and wide, and it looks great. So then what we do is we would save that. And there we go. You can connect your Facebook page to WhatsApp if you want to, but I don't want to do that, so I will click that. If you want to leave, yes, I want to leave. Okay, and then it again is just about following your nose. So you can start selling from your page, so you can add business details, you can connect it to your Instagram, you can invite friends to your page, you can get posting straight away, and it's really that easy. You can then go in and add a lot more information about your page if you want to, but you don't really need to do that. So it will show up as part of your pages, so you can see it's got all the pages there, and it's basically that easy. And then it's just about posting and getting people to follow you. How do I get people to follow me? Well, the easiest way to do it is to start by inviting your friends, and there's actually a really easy way to do this on that setup that I was showing you. So all of your friends will show up, and then you just press invite and Facebook will send them an invitation. Now, I find this a really great way to do it because you're giving your friends an option. It's quite generic, it's automated. If they don't want to follow you, they don't have to, but absolutely give your friends the opportunity to follow you if they want to. So when your friends like your page, they can interact with your posts, they can share things that you publish, and this is going to be the thing that grows your page the quickest, because they will be your biggest endorsement, and every time your friends are engaging, their friends will see it, and that's kind of how you grow from there. So I also would be brave and share your page to your personal profile, even if it's private. And again, this is more of a personal introduction to what you're doing, and this can be something that is really fun and, you know, warm and welcoming. Just wanted to let you know that I finally got a business page, or maybe you didn't know about me, but I'm going to be an author. Or keep it nice and light and nice and friendly, and actually share that onto your personal page, and then that way that gives your friends and family the option. And honestly, that's the best place to start, and from there, the more that you can get your friends and family to engage with that personal page, the more it will grow. Honestly, having that personal endorsement from friends and family is the best place to start. Okay, let me show you around my author page. So first of all, you need a title. So my title is Michelle Worthington Author. You don't have to put the author after it. It's just that I found with my branding, I put Michelle Worthington author on everything. And my email address is michelleworthingtonauthor@gmail.com. So it's always just kind of been something for me that's what I want to be known as. I want to be known as an author. Even now when I'm expanding into other things and I'm a children's content creator, really what I want to be remembered for is my work as an author. Now that might change as I go down different paths, but at the moment this branding is working really, really well for me. But again, it's something that you can change at any time. And then underneath there, you can just put a little bit of information about who you are and what you do. I found that if you can keep it really simple, that's always the most effective. If you put too much information there, or you try and be, you know, too clever, or make it something that people will be quite confused about, it tends to put people off. So just keep it really simple. Maybe you could tell people in one sentence what you do, or there is maybe some element about what you do that's different and unusual and that other people would be really interested in finding out more about. So on your author page, you have got your background or your cover photo here, and you've got your profile picture. So you can go in and change those at any time, and I do try and keep mine updated if I need to. But again, when we talk about all the different social media profiles, you want to make sure that you are identifiable as being the same person across a lot of those social media profiles. So I'm going to do something on branding across the different profiles as well. So you can come down here and you can see that I'm currently as Michelle Worthington. So you will have your personal page and you will have your business page, and what you'll need to do is actually switch between the two. Otherwise you'll find that you're commenting as Michelle Worthington author when you want to be commenting as just Michelle Worthington. So it sometimes can be a little bit confusing, but just always check what profile you're in before you start commenting. So I'm going to switch now so that I am actually commenting as Michelle Worthington author, and you can see that now gives me all the opportunities now to actually go in and edit everything, was before I was just viewing it as what anyone seeing my author page would see. So it tells you down here all of your details with your address. You don't need to put your full address, but I do find that it's really important that you're at least putting the area that you're in. This has been super important because for festivals and things like that, if somebody who's doing a festival and is looking for a guest speaker knows I live in Brisbane and maybe they're doing something at the Sunshine Coast or the Gold Coast, they know that I am pretty much close in that area. So I think it's really important that you're at least putting a locale close by where you live, just so that people can know where you are. There's a rating program here that started 2 years ago that really hasn't gone anywhere, but if you have got a lot of reviews, that could be a great thing to get people to come and put your reviews on. There's lots of features and moving parts of this author page that I really don't use. I kind of keep it very professional. So my hobbies are school visits. So again, that's another opportunity there for me to add a whole heap of pictures as my hobbies. I've got a shop, so what I can actually do is list all of my books there for sale, and I link them to the publisher's website. So if people want to buy these books, they click on them and it takes them to the publisher's website. All my photos you can see down here, and then I have my feed. So the feed is everything that you post, and you can see here that I've lots and lots of visuals. It's still really important on Facebook to have lots and lots of great photos, but you can also have content in there as well. But you've got to remember that people are still flicking, and you need to make sure that you are going to catch their eye. Now, one of the things that I love about Facebook is sharing links. So this is going to be one of the quickest ways that you can actually grow your community, but it's also great in the beginning when you really don't have a lot of your own stuff to post. So you can see that I have a little bit of a mix of me posting stuff. So this is me out and about. So one of the great ways that you can actually have things to post is to go and do things. I know that sounds very simple, but even if it's just having coffee with an author friend or going for a walk and thinking of a new idea when you're on your walk, really, really important that you're doing things. It's very hard to find new content if you're just sitting behind your computer all day. So biggest tip is to go out and do things. Doesn't always have to be book related, but definitely if you want to post about stuff, you have to be doing stuff for that to be able to work, so you've got new content. I also post a lot about my other social media platforms, so sometimes I might post about something that I've got on LinkedIn or Pinterest. So here I'm actually posting about a Spotify account that I have where I've done a playlist about all the songs that I listen to when I'm writing. So that's something that's just a bit fun. And again, it's had really great engagement because people are like, oh yeah, I listen to music when I'm writing too. So that works really well. All of your events, when you start doing your author visits as well, you can post on here. So I like to make sure that I'm sharing the day before or the morning of, just so that people know that they can still come. Book reviews, again, this is something that will come once you have your first book published, but why not share book reviews of other people's books, or actually write reviews of other people's books and share them on your platform? Anything that has that kind of connection to your author brand or what you want to be known for. If you want to be known as somebody who's super supportive of other authors, then absolutely support them and show them that love on Facebook and tag them. Like, that's a really great thing. You can do ads. So again, this is probably the first time within all of that scrolling where I've actually done something that is marketing and promotion. So there's a bit of a rule that I use that I really wouldn't be pushing anything more than, say, 1 day a week. And Monday is usually my day where I do a lot of my admin stuff. So maybe Mondays might be my day where I might promote something that I've got coming up, or talk about the course or something like that. But it really isn't something that you can't have all the time on your business page. Otherwise, people are just going to not follow you anymore because they're going to think that you keep plugging them all the time. So we've also got here that we've got some YouTube videos that I do with Adam. So that, again, I'm cross promoting my platforms. To another one of Adam's, promoting the online course again, story time. So all of this stuff happens on my new fairy shoes, which are so exciting. None of the posts there have been about selling my books. So far you haven't seen any posts of me going, here is a link to buy my book. Nope. Nothing like that, because it just doesn't work. Absolutely promote your events, promote being at markets, promote any courses or online things that you've got coming up, because it's a service-based thing that you're doing. It's marketing and promotion, but it's not really salesy and it's not in your face. That works really well on Facebook. What doesn't work is having people plug their books in a way where you feel like that you are looking at an ad. Absolutely not what you should be doing at all. So very rarely will you actually see me do a post where I have linked it to buying anything. It's more about, this is my event, come and join me, or this is a course, it'll be able to help you, and really have a focus on the people who are my community on my author page. Let's talk a little bit more about Facebook as a networking tool. The 3 rules of Facebook are like, comment, share. This is what you should be doing to support your fellow authors and illustrators, and it's really what you want your followers to be doing. You want them to be liking your posts, commenting on them, and then sharing them with their network. And that really is a great way to grow, but it's also a really important networking tool. So when somebody that you know tags you in a post, there is now the facility where people can just click on that and automatically go to your page. And a new one that's coming as well is that it will also be a follow button. That's pretty exciting. So when you're commenting as your author page, so if I comment as Michelle Worthington author on someone else's post, when I do that, next to me there will be a little follow button, so people will automatically be able to go and find my business page. Now Facebook is putting a lot of work into making the business pages more effective for their clients, because there are so many other social media platforms now who are actually vying for people's time and engagement. And remember that we are the content creators. Social media wouldn't be anything without people like us who are actually posting. So there is going to be opportunities going forward where you could have some really amazing networking opportunities by simply liking, commenting, and sharing. Let me be really clear. Facebook isn't a platform for selling your book. Facebook is a platform for connecting with your target audience, growing your reach, and also being Googleable, like we talked about in the Write a Picture Book workshop, so that potential publishers and agents can see you and get to know you and get an idea of not only who you are as a person, but what type of book that you create. What's your author voice? What's your illustrator voice? So absolutely, when you're thinking about Facebook, I don't want you to think of it as a sales tool. It's a way that you can connect with your readership, and also it's a way that you can build your brand, and it's a way that authors can be seen by agents and publishers. So when you think about social media, a lot of people worry because they don't know what to post. And you're already ahead of the game because you are great with words, or you are great with pictures. That's what you do. And content is king. It's been a catchphrase that's been going around the social media circles for about 2 or 3 years now. But what I really think is it's not so much about content, it's about engagement. What are you posting on Facebook that's getting the most engagement from your community? And that's what you should be focusing on. So I want you to think about Facebook as a way that you can engage with those people who are going to get the absolute best from not only you as a person. So we've got agents and publishers who can see how amazing you are, but also making it that the people who are your target audience find you instead of you feeling like you need to be always finding them.